Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Avowed with me, BringItDon. Let's travel to Naku Tedek and speak to our companions, and then enter the temple itself.
Envoy? Hard to imagine what Giada's going through right now, with her parents and all that. I mean, I have no idea what actually happened there, but she lost her people. She'll need time to get past that. And she deserves it. Right, changing the subject?
Alright, I'd love to get your thoughts on our companions.
Right. I'm sure you'll find it absolutely gripping. Go ahead. I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Anything I should know about Kai?
As you know, Kai and I have worked together in the past. It's a blessed miracle he never got me killed. Honestly, he's a good guy. A bit too quick to ask questions for my taste, but... Kai's good enough. Tell him I said that I'll cut a hole in your water skins. You too. Envoy? Right. I'm sure you'll find it absolutely gripping. Go ahead. I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
But what are your thoughts on Giada?
Giada's a mystery to me. Animancers give me the vricus, and for good reason. Most of them would just as soon turn your soul into jewelry as look at you. Giada seems different. She's smart, thoughtful, and she's got a spine, too. You can tell when someone needs extra help out here, and she doesn't. So, yeah, I don't understand her, but I guess I don't have to, really.
Freakus. A limber phrase used in the Living Lands to describe a feeling of unease in an unknown situation. I think we have read that.
Not before I've done some reading.
Is it just me, or does the night seem darker here? Nudge me if you hear anything in the woods.
Actually,
Those drink... Should I break up? You're asking me? I'm not much of a gossip. Okay, who do you want to know about?
tell me what you think about Giada.
She's got a lot of heart, and she's loyal to her people and their principles, even when it costs her. Giada's lost her home, but kept her resolve. It takes a special kind of person to weather what she has and emerge stronger for it. She'll have a lot to figure out after all this, but she's gonna be okay.
She's driven by her parents' legacy, but she hasn't found her own motivations.
She's young. She'll get there. Until then, there are certainly worse things to be driven by. Sure. Get some rest, Envoy.
I hope...
Yeah, I don't really care for that.
no one minds. I made myself at home. Thank you again for letting me join you. An Animancer never misses an opportunity to embrace the unknown. Still, being an Animancer feels different without Fior Messiverno. For the first time, I don't have to prove myself to anyone.
Certainly not to me.
You can't know how much I appreciate that. At least now I have a place I can call my own.
I don't have much to offer, aside from a messy camp and an old bedroll.
Believe me, that's plenty. Not to change the topic, but this little adventure of ours, will it be dangerous?
With any luck, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Well, I never expected to live forever. My mother and father taught me how to defend myself, among other things. When you need me, I'll be ready. I hope so, anyway.
Let's talk about Emerald Stair.
Go on, then. I'm listening.
I'd like to learn more about Fior Mess of Erno.
Ah, you want a story? Very well. Settle in. It all started about 50 years ago, in the great city of Spirento. A young nobleman by the name of Maxim Vidaro sought to inherit a distinguished government position.
Same Maxim Vidaro whose body I found in a cave.
We'll get to that. A distant cousin cheated Maxim out of the title. He was devastated, his political future uncertain. No one lifted a finger to help. Not the banks, not the merchants, or the politicians. So, Maxim did what Valians do best.
Animancy?
Not exactly, but close. Maxim plotted his revenge. They say he prayed to Scan, the effigy, god of rebellion and defiance, to ask for a blessing. And Scan answered. Take their best and brightest, their heirs, their scholars, their futures, to the far side of the world, never to return. And Maxim did just that. He gathered a following and left the Valian republics, giving thanks to his dark god.
So he founded an Animancy commune in the Living Lands.
We prefer to call it an intellectual haven of free thinkers, but it's true that most of us are animancers. Spirento was full of animancers, many of them in debt, and Maxim was a wealthy patron. They needed each other. So the animancers followed Maxim all the way out here, including my parents, Quilici, and others around town. At the time, this place was an animancer's dream. No oversight, limited government, and soil rich with essence. 40 years later, Maxim vanished. They say the effigy came to collect his soul. Of course, you and I know better. He died peacefully, content that what he made would outlast him. His son has been in charge ever since, for better or worse.
He's not quite living up to his father's example.
His father had the advantages of growing up in Valian society. So did mine. He and I might squabble in public from time to time, but we're both just figuring it all out as we go. Thanks for listening. We should do this again.
I love a good ghost story. Just not the dreams I have afterwards.
Hadn't heard all that before. Probably a lesson or two in there.
One of these days you'll have to tell me an Adiran ghost story. You learn a lot about people by what scares them.
You must know some local gossip.
Let me think. Quilici has a girlfriend, as cute as a button, and as smart as an archmage. That isn't a secret. I'm just happy for him.
Anything else?
Let's just say you're not the first person to sell your body to Elia's corpse farm. Not that I'm judging. We all do what we must to put food on the table.
Anything else?
Have you heard of the incident at Beldereno Pass? 20 settlers lost their lives in a winter storm. Ever since, people have heard ghostly cries from a nearby cave. Fascinating, isn't it? Tragic, of course, but fascinating.
That was the cave that Marius told us about. They were making noise along the coast. Anything else?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I haven't heard anything new of late. Being an outcast means being out of the loop.
I wanted to ask about you.
What do you want to know?
What do you think of our travel companions?
Anyone in particular? I warn you, I'm not the best judge of first impressions.
How about Kai?
Kai is a useful fellow. We need people like him to keep you grounded. just not too grounded. On the surface, Kai is all charm and confidence. You feel good knowing he's around. But there's something deeper. Something in his core that he guards from everyone. Maybe even himself.
What makes you think so?
Kai wears his confidence like a mask. We all do. No one wants to project their frailties. But in his case, hiding behind it amplifies his better qualities. So I say, let him have his mask. If there's another side to him, he'll show us when he's good and ready. No need to rush a natural process.
Any thoughts on Marius?
Marius is working through something. An old wound that hasn't healed. A search for forgiveness? Who knows? He's a tough fellow, but I wouldn't put too much pressure on him.
What kind of pressure?
Good question. Mental and emotional pressure, specifically. Marius could hunt the great western stag if he set his mind to it, but his own feelings elude him. When he wants to find himself, give him room to do so, but don't push him. Just be there to catch him.
What do you think of me?
We haven't been together long, but I think I have you figured out. In Paradise, you have a reputation for being an unlawful misfit. This is the frontier, after all. We don't exactly do things by the book. Fior Messiverno tolerates you well enough. No doubt thanks to my influence. Believe it or not, you impressed a lot of people when you sold your corpse to Elia. Morbid though it may be, no Adiran has ever given so much to the cause of animancy. Of course, all I know is what you've done. You may not think these choices reflect who you are. At the end of the day, you shouldn't care what anyone thinks. All that matters is how you see yourself. I've spilled all the gossip I know. Ask me again when there's a new face in camp.
We talk about what happened to your parents.
I suppose you deserve to know, after what I put you through. My mother wanted to expand Fior's agriculture. Feeding Emerald Stair wasn't ambitious enough. She wanted to feed the world. She thought she could break the wilderness, using animancy as the whip. Turn the living lands into a garden.
You think that's even possible?
Anything's possible, but there are significant problems to overcome. After my father put the finishing touches on the phantasmal focus, she was impatient to get started. After all, whoever controls the spirit of the living lands has nature in the palm of their hand.
So Emerald Stair was just a prototype for a bigger plan.
Indeed, a world run by animancy. Emerald Stair was just the beginning to her. My father thought she was brilliant. Others thought she was mad. I think she was a victim of her own ambition. She wanted so much, and there was so little time to achieve it. Theoretically, her plan should have worked. But the living lands had other ideas. When she used the phantasmal focus, theory collided with reality. Everything went wrong.
What do you think happened?
I can't rule anything out, but I suspect the Dream Scourge had something to do with it. It lives in the essence of the living lands, corrupting whatever it touches. And if I'm right, that means it's been here a long time. Or the forces behind it.
Does animancy often change people like that?
No. To my knowledge, the accident was no everyday occurrence. But neither was the experiment. My mother transgressed on nature, on existence itself. Still, I don't understand what went wrong. When I do, then I can finish her work.
How old were you?
I was 17. That makes it... Gods, has it been 13 years already? After they died, I wouldn't go near a lab. It was ages before Kolichi got me to crack open a book. I have a lot of catching up to do in my studies. Need to make up for lost time.
What makes you think we'll fare any better than your parents did?
My mother and father didn't know the risks, and I can't stop thinking about them. Caution and experience will stop us from repeating their mistakes. That's all I care to say for now. At least, about this topic. I thought my family's research could help Emerald's there. That it could banish the Dream Scourge from our lands. Of course, Vidaro wouldn't even give me a chance. He was afraid of history repeating itself. Still, I'm hopeful. This legacy of mine could change Animancy as we know it. And something tells me I'm close to a breakthrough. Closer than my mother ever got.
Is that what you want?
Good question. The idea of finishing my parents' work gives me a warm feeling. But do I want it? I know I've got one lifetime, and I want to do something with it.
I thought we had many lifetimes, both ahead of us and behind us.
Very good. You know your metaphysics. This is the one life where I am Giada Castel, Animancer extraordinaire. In the next life, I could be an idiotic tree. I have an obligation to use the time I have. No Animancer has engineered an ecosystem before. Maybe, with a little luck, I could be the first.
Also, resurrection is kind of on hold right now since Aethys destroyed the wheel. So people are not getting resurrected. Your surname is Castel. Any connection to Castel's Folly?
That little island off of Dawnshore? None that I know of. Ignato Castel led the Valian trading company in the Deadfire Archipelago. Among other things, he invested in the future of Animancy, and apparently he had interests here.
What was Castel's Folly?
He had some ideas about moving great distances in the blink of an eye. As far as I know, he was unsuccessful. Animancy and ambition are a dangerous mixture. Intoxicating, but dangerous.
No family connection then?
I hope not. I wouldn't want my family associated with speculation, corruption, and whatever else happened in the Deadfire. We have enough problems already.
Oh, that's right. Castel was the guy... He was... that guy that you can actually get usurped in Deadfire. He was very pro-animancy, but he was also pro-slavery, so he had to go. Any idea what happened to him?
Afraid not. I've heard a lot of contradictory stories coming out of the Deadfire in recent years. Some say Castel is still in power, while others think his second-in-command took over the Valian trading company. You know how it is. Wherever there's conflict, there's bound to be misinformation. Unfortunately, that's all I know. Whether or not Castel succeeded, I don't think it's folly to dream.
Yes, obviously they don't want to make a canon choice for the quest where you can have his second-in-command replace him. And this does only take place 3 years after the events of Deadfire, so... I guess nothing would be confirmed yet. It's all rumors and, as you said, misinformation. Have you ever tried animancy on yourself?
Now that you mention it, I did try and awaken my soul, to become fully aware of my past lives. Every animancer tries, and fails. It's practically a rite of passage. So, one evening, I crept into the workshop and cobbled an invention together from spare parts. Amateur work. Then I turned it on. Big mistake. The next thing I knew, it was morning. I was floating in the fountain, and my head was pounding like a drum.
You don't need animancy for that. Just rum and a crew on shore leave.
That answers a lot of questions, honestly.
Sometimes I wonder, what if it actually worked? What if all of this happened before, and I'm just reliving the events of a past life? I try not to think about it too much.
How does the phantasmal focus work?
Ah, a simple question with a very complicated answer. The device is attuned to the spiritual energy of the living lands, much like a compass to magnetic north. But essence is chaotic by nature. As you saw with your own eyes, imposing order on chaos is not without risk.
You're saying the Living Lands doesn't want to be controlled.
Indeed. Don't get me wrong. This invention is a small miracle, but it isn't enough. The phantasmal focus was supposed to be the start of something grand. One lever of a device that exists only in theory. Perhaps it should remain that way.
Let's talk about Emerald Stair.
You know me. Always ready with an answer. Pleasant dreams.
Huh. I don't remember that art.
Did they not glow in the light? Her parents, her sentinels. To grow and flourish still, life without rot, form without death.
You call that life? And how Giada thinks her parents are still alive in any way that matters to her.
The lake dries. Prune the bellflowers. Why should anything wilt? Endless spring. They breathe. They flower. They will never fade.
You think there's a way to turn them back into people?
Apple into seed. We think not. They have blossomed now. They sing in peace. Was it not worth the change?
No, we can't decide for others. They should always have a choice.
Do we not? The bear would have spent its days in the wood. They are strong now, vibrant, better than their frail shells.
Not for you to decide. You disgust me. Just let me sleep.
Even the darkest evening clouds part with the morning mist. Sleep now. Dream of beauty and new life. We will speak soon.
Now Giada wants to talk. Well, let's do that real quick.
Between the two of us, thank you for helping Yatsley reach that vase. Maybe it seems like nothing to you, but to her it's everything. When you consider how many Orlans and dwarves there are, it's outrageous that we build so high off the ground.
I know. The Imperial Archives has some of the tallest bookshelves in Eora.
What a pain. Don't let her size fool you. On the inside, Yatsley stands as tall as a mountain. One of these days she's going to change the world, shake things up. And I'll be at her side, grinning like a fool. Anyway, thanks again. Pleasant dreams.
I'm gonna change her outfit back to that one. Alright. You know, we still haven't found a unique hammer. And I'm happy with what I've got, but I like big hammers.
There should be some equipment by the Adra pillar.
We remember these walls. Yes, we have been here.
Well, here we are on the precipice of discovery. Armed and ready for mischief.
I'm 2 out of 3 anyway.
Before we get started, indulge me. What are you excited to learn about?
Dream Scourge and how to stop it.
Good. We're on the same page. Now, I'm going to tap into the pillar's dormant energy and give it a good shake. In layman's terms, I'm chumming the water and daring the Dream Scourge to show its ugly face.
Is that a good idea?
No, but it should get us results. All right. Drawing on the energy of the phantasmal focus, I'll start with a low-frequency ethereal vibration. I've got nothing. You?
Like I could go for some pie.
Shit. All right, adjusting the frequency. The focus is warming up. I hope that's a good sign. Let me know if you feel something. Who knows how your godlike nature will react to this. Brace yourself. We're going to pin this bastard down.
Are you sure about this?
Don't worry, I'm a professional. Now, here goes nothing.
Souls in a circle, a whirlpool. We twine. We twine.
Hey, I think I got something. The focus twitched, like a fishing rod. Is that a door? Not the result I was looking for, but a result nonetheless.
I felt strange for a moment there, like we got someone's attention.
Hold on to that feeling. We might need it again. Right before the door opened, I detected something in the Adra. I was right. The Dream Scourge has a point of origin. We can study the affliction from here, but I don't know that we can stop it.
So we find the source, cut it off at the root.
My thoughts exactly. If we want to stop the Dream Scourge, we still need to learn more about the source of the affliction. I hate to say it, but we'll get better results at the base of the pillar, where the energies are more potent.
Any theories about what's going on here?
We shouldn't jump to conclusions. After you.
Well, that's why I asked for
We
theories,
gotta
not
see what's down there now.
conclusions.
Gods, did you open that door? I've been praying here for ages. And in all that time, I've never found a way down to the lower levels. Not one. You're going down there, aren't you?
That's the plan. Any advice?
I tell the acolytes to walk softly for a reason. Something is alive down there. Or if not alive, moving.
I appreciate it. I'll be careful.
Careful would be staying on this side of the door. Don't be careful. Be ready. If you don't return, I'll tell the others what happened.
Hey, y'all check out that
Leave out
dork.
how tall, good-looking, and charming we all are.
Check out that dork that walked to that door and didn't come back.
It warms my heart that Eothas has a place in the living lands.
I did not bring us here to explore, but clearly something wants to be found.
Does this feel like the start of a cautionary campfire tale to anyone else?
I wonder, did you open the door? Or did the door open for you?
There's a staircase. There's no reason to show off.
Incredible. These ruins are untouched. We are the first to disturb them. When was the last time anyone walked these passages? It must have been centuries. No, millennia. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll talk more once we reach the bottom.
Ow. Sorry, it hit my desk with my darn hand. Oh, effigy necklace. Grants a vengeful victim. After taking damage from an enemy, your next attack within 10 seconds deals plus 20% of the original damage you received. Stacks with retribution. When the night is silent, you can sometimes hear the faintest of screams coming from the skulls that adorn this necklace. We know where the Temple of Skyn is, so we need to get there and grab that base. Assuming that's where the base is, but I can't imagine where else it would be at.
Let's finish this.
What's going on? That's weird. Trying to charge up my attack. But it wouldn't let me.
Nothing like a win with a good team.
A little power goes a long way.
Aye, aye.
Yeah.
You won't get through this!
No, the nut.
Watch your head. There's a trap right above it.
I'm guessing you could ice over that hot water and not take damage from it.
Next one. Time.
Good shooting, Kai. Just a little spark. Charge it up. Beautiful. Life into death. To think it survived all these years.
It's surprisingly colorful. I'm not sure what I expected.
We've seen godless architecture before, but I've never seen godless art until now. Just imagine how much has been lost. We should keep moving. I don't mean to slow us down.
Oh yeah, so unfortunately I did verify...
I would not go swimming if I were you, unless you wish to meet your maker. There must be a way across. If not underwater, perhaps over it, with the help of some ice.
I did verify the game's files. I still have the same graphical issue I was having before.
Just a little spark. Little power goes a long way. What in the name of Eora is that?
You, think it's sleeping?
I've never seen anything like it before. I don't believe it's a statue. No, this was alive once. And the people who lived here were terrified of it.
Alright, giant slumber.
Whatever this is, at least it's dead. We're going to die down here, aren't we?
Alright, grants toppling strike, power attacks deal moderate stun, and vessel slaying plus 20% damage against vessels. This weapon is used by the godless to defend themselves from the mage folk in dire circumstances. While they're ultimately unsuccessful, this weapon is able to fell one mage folk.
Aren't we? Well, I had a good run. Come on! Come on!
Watch the left!
Oh gosh. Alright, took a little longer than I was anticipating. Alright, well I'm going to call it here. Next time we'll continue through Naku Tedek. And discover its secrets. But for now, thanks for watching, and hope to see you guys in the next one.